doing? I thought I'd give you a little update on our fundraising activities. Because some stuff is sold. We got some more stuff coming up for sale. So I figured I'd give you a little update on how things are going there. And, show you one of the next saws that are going to go up for sale. The 923 I spoke of is going. She's sold. As of this moment here that I'm making this video, I have not shipped it yet. I'm going to go do some cutting on it. But, it's going to go down the road. She's sold. The XL-130, the ported one that I built, it's hitting the road as well. A gentleman offered me, some money for it, and I decided, let's go for it. So she's sold, and it's heading down the road. And then I also sold two other ones to another gentleman. They're cheaper, just like parts kind of stuff. They're going to head down under the road as well. So two other ones are going to get down the road. But I got one sitting in front of me I'm going to show you. This is one of my, I guess you could call my shelf queens. I've only ran this saw one time since I've owned it. Never ran it ever again, just because I wanted to keep it in this condition. So, it's basically untouched. It sits exactly the same way that I received it. It's got two little flaws to it that I've not fixed because it is exactly the way I got it. But I am going to put it up for sale. The reason is because, I would rather have the tools than this saw. I would. The saws that I've been selling are, helping fundraising for me to get some new saws, get a lathe. Now, I've been entertaining getting one of those combination lathe mills setups. That might be a better option for me, but I might end up with both separately. You never know. But I also want to get a TIG as well, I decided. So, more fundraising is coming. But let me show you one of my shelf queens here that I decided I am going to put it up for sale. Now the price tag is going to be high, and I figured if it doesn't sell because the price is too high, then I'm going to keep it. So, it's worth it to me because I would spend that to get this saw. It may not be worth quite as much as what I'm going to sell for. But it's going to be close, and I'm going to, if it doesn't sell, I'm just going to keep it. I'm not going to come down price. It's basically take it or leave it kind of deal. Just because, I don't know, part of it is an excuse, a way for me to have an out that if it doesn't sell, oh well, I'm keeping it. I guess you can say it's kind of that. But let me show you the shelf queen here. And in case you're wondering, $550 is my price tag. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, that's fine by me. So, so let me show you what we're looking at here. So there she is, Homelite Super XL-925. So this is my favorite 925 that I own, and I'm putting it up for sale. This is a full wrap version of a 925. It has the full wrap on it, completely intact. Look at that clutch cover. It's got a little screws started to come through from the clutch, but it didn't pop all the way through. Now, if you look close here, you can see the bulge where the clutch had started to come out and kind of poked on the clutch cover. That is an extremely common issue with these saws. It does happen. In fact, if I pull this clutch cover off, you'll see that one of the clutch shoes is replaced, but if you look at the placement of the three screws and you look inside the clutch cover, this gouge happens whenever you run the saw without a bar on it, because the clutch cover gets pushed closer to the clutch and it causes it to scrape. So it was ran without the bar on it and the clutch cover bolted on. That's what caused that one. But if you notice the diameter of that screws versus this, that tells us that the clutch was replaced at one time with a different style. So it was definitely replaced. If you look at the sprocket though, sprocket looks pretty much new. So I don't think that sprocket's run much chain. It could be the original sprocket to the saw, but I doubt it. It doesn't look like it's had very much chain on it at all. What else? This right here, there's a tiny little piece busted off the clutch cover. That is one of the flaws to the saw. Not very noticeable unless you're really looking, but that is one piece of damage done to the saw. Now if I put it on, you can kind of see how it sits there. I think that might have busted off because they tightened it down and it hit this screw, causing it to break off. I'm thinking that might be why that piece busted off. You should never tighten these down without the bar on, you know? But otherwise, this is a true West Coast version of this saw. Out west there, Northwest especially, regulations were different back in the day, so they had to build the saw a little different in order to sell it to that area. The muffler design here is specific to that area, and you can see even this little guard is not bent, and a lot of them do get bent. It shoves the exhaust gases out kind of forward, so you know, it's definitely unusual there. You don't see that on many saws except these West Coast versions. Let's take a look under the hood. Air filter does look original to the saw. I would replace it if you do plan on running it. I never replaced it because it just sits there, you know. Now the spit filter is missing. I've seen that happen on a lot of these. I don't know if that was done intentionally from the factory or if the homeowner did that, but that spit filter is definitely missing. Now the fuel line does look original to the saw, all of it. I'm guessing it still is original, or if it was replaced, it was replaced with, you know, original Homelite parts. But otherwise, everything is there. I do have other spit filters here. If somebody buys this and they want that spit filter on there, I can put one on. It's not a big deal. I just left it like this because, you know, she just sits on a shelf. Doesn't get ran or anything. I only ever fired it up one time, and it's been so long, and because these parts are original to Homelite, I would not be surprised if it wouldn't start right now. You know, if somebody buys it and they want me to get it running and everything, they don't feel comfortable paying that price without having it as a running saw, that's fine. I'll get it running, you know, I'll get everything fixed up on it and get it running and everything. I'll put a spit filter on it, put a different air filter on it, at least one in some better shape, and get it running. I'll put some new fuel line and everything in, if that's what they want to do. But me personally, because I just left it sit and I only ever fired it once and everything, and I didn't plan on actually taking it out and cutting with it, this is the exact condition of the saw, you know, of whenever I got it. So I think I did do one thing. The felling spikes here, they were on upside down. See the angle of the spikes, how they're pointing up? A lot of people have a tendency to put them on upside down to where the spike is actually pointing down, and that's wrong. The spike needs to be pointing up, so that whenever you're cutting your wood and you're pushing the saw down through the wood, you want it to slide easily, you know, when you're pushing down, and then grab when you pull up to bar in. But you'll see this line here where it was mounted upside down and I flipped it. But I think that's about it. I mean, I've never put a new duckbill valve in it or anything. None of that stuff. This is exactly the condition it was in whenever I got it. I don't even think I ever pulled the starter off to look inside there or anything. Oh, there is one other thing. This little rubber here is missing. So I have some of this stuff. So if you buy it and you want this stuff replaced, I'll do it. But I'm not going to do it unless somebody says, hey, I'd like to buy it and I'd like you to take care of those couple of repairs and get it running again. So, you know, if this saw doesn't sell, then, you know, she's just going to stay as is and continue to be one of my shelf queens. You know, something to display, something I'll never put into wood or anything like that. So, you know, that's the way it'll be. Now, if somebody is interested, though, that is the price. Non-negotiable, because it's either going to sell for that or I'm going to keep it. I don't want to sound like a jerk or anything like that. It's just the way I feel, you know, about this saw. So yeah, that's the next saw up for sale. And if it goes down the road, great. If it doesn't, that's just fine too. You know, I got some other shelf queens that I might put up for sale, but I did decide to start with this one and, you know, use it as part of the fundraiser for the channel. You know, we're getting some saws, we're getting a lathe, looking at a mill, a TIG welder. My tool list just keeps getting bigger and bigger, which means I gotta unload more. That XL400 sitting right behind me there, it might go up. My Homelite 550, it's sitting back here somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? It's buried in it. No, it's right there. It's right there. Yeah, it's that one right there. 550, it might go up for sale. And I don't know what else. So, you know, we're putting stuff up for sale, and hopefully I can get some stuff in here soon. Some stuff has already started rolling in. You know, I've been selling stuff and I'm working on getting some stuff rolling in. And, you know, that's what we're doing. Hey, I got a bar over here I'm going to sell. A new old stock 32-inch Homelite bar. It's hard nose, you know. It's going to sell. So, it's going to sell for a lot of money too. If somebody's interested, it's going to go for a lot of cash. Let me show it to you here. So, yeah, this is exactly the condition that I got this bar in. I wish they wouldn't have wrote on it, but they did. But yeah, new old stock, 32-inch hard-nosed bar. This would mount onto my 1050, but my 1050 has this exact same bar on it right now. And there it is. I'm putting that up for sale too. This is just something that I've been leaving sit around as like a decoration for the wall or something like that. But these bars are actually quite valuable, so it's not going to go for $50. It's going to go for a bit more than that. I know I've seen one go recently for $200, so just be prepared if the price is a little high and you don't want to pay that much or whatever. You know, it is new old stock. It is meant to be a display piece. Like that or something. I'm a kind of guy, I don't like repainted saws. I prefer original paint that's in good condition, you know, like that. And this bar is kind of along those lines. If you want something, you know, new old stock, yeah, it's going to show its age still, but otherwise, there it is. So, yeah, some stuff that we're putting up for sale, and you know, so yeah, that's where we're at. More fundraising coming, and hey, we'll catch you on the next one. Later.